Hey there, everybody. It's Jason with eXp Realty here in Charleston, South Carolina. And today I just wanted to guide you through how to price your home. Now, if you're going to list your home, obviously a licensed real estate agent would be able to price it for you. But I know a lot of you out there maybe aren't ready to sell, but you're curious. And you see all these things, I'm sure, with CMAs you can get, but obviously those are probably filled with um, agents selling you or trying to get you to list the home after the CMA. So if you're curious what your home would sell for based on comps, comparable homes, I'm just going to walk you through a quick, easy way to do that here on Zillow and just kind of point out some things, some common mistakes I see people make when I go into their home to talk about listing it and they've shown me their price and how they got it. I'll show you some of those or point out some of those common errors and just get you familiar with the process in case you're interested. And obviously, if you want to list your home, I'm happy to help you there as well. Okay, so let's take a look here. I just went to Zillow and bring it up. So the best way to do it is really to look at what's sold. So what I recommend doing is you come down into here. Now, you want to make sure that you're not using too large of an area. Obviously, if you got a home in Somerville, it doesn't do you as much good to know what they sell for in North Charleston. So let's look at this as a Somerville home, Somerville area. And the best thing to do is to get it to the sold homes. So you come down here, click on sold. Now it's going to take away all the for sales and see left with what's left here is the ones that have already sold. So let's say we're looking at this house. This is our target area. You want to get in, pretty close here. And to narrow in, they've got a tool here where you can draw. But first, let's zoom in. Click the plus button down here. Getting closer. Now, really, for a neighborhood like this, as a real estate agent, I see there's been plenty of homes sold right in the area. Let's just get down in here a little bit further. All right. And I can see over here we've got a pretty good area. It looks like two different neighborhoods. Now, if you were going to be doing this, you really would know your area better. I don't know if this street here is the same neighborhood as this street here, or if this is one neighborhood, this another with a completely different HOA and situation. If it were me pricing it as an agent, I'd go on site, look around, and know that. But let's just assume for the time being this is all one neighborhood. You can come into the draw section and just left click it. Oh, I'm sorry. Apply. My mouse wasn't working, but you hold down, on mine it's a trackpad, so I hold down the left key. If you're using a mouse, you hold down your left click. Just draw it around here, apply, and it'll give us everything sold. Now it's only going to give us sold. Let's see where we can adjust the date. So what I do is usually start with anything sold in the last year. And let's see if we can do that down here. So Zillow is just going to show you what they want to show you. But let's say that we've got our area. We can't do it within the last year. This will get you, if you want a real estate agent to really get in there, we could do that through what days it was sold. Was it sold in the last week? Were these sold in the last 3 months? And if there was a lot in the last year, we would get it down to 3 months. But we'll work with what we have here. You could go through and look at each of these by their dates. But now let's say that your home was built and it's a rather new home. It's built in 2010. So you're going to want to go ahead and, let's put in comparables and see what we get back. Now, if this comes back, and if it's 2010, let's just go ahead and see if this falls in our range. All right, so there weren't any homes built in there. Let's just take out the dates. That was a bad example on my part anyways. But let's say your home is a single story. That's important. Stairs. So compare apples to apples. A mistake a lot of people make is if their home's, let's say, 1,400 square feet, they're going to compare it to other 1,400 square foot homes. Um, I think that is a misconception made because the real way to price the home is by square foot. But here's what happens. You might have a 1,400 square foot home on one street with 3 bedrooms. And then on the next street over, that same size home might only have 2 bedrooms. And now you're comparing, yes, the same size square foot of how it's priced, but you got an extra bedroom, and that's going to create more value. So you wouldn't really um, get an accurate estimate of value by looking at square foot. There's no single stories in there, so another one. But you get the idea. Your max HOA, that's not really going to matter. Be careful with the square foot. And you can't do as much on Zillow just simply because they want you to have to go to them or a real estate agent. But let's look at, all right, anything. Let's say yours was a 3 bedroom, so we want to have only 3 bedrooms show up. That's important. Don't rely on the square foot. The baths is important. If you got 1.5, you're going to get more value than if you had one. So let's say 3 bedroom, 2 bath. You're down to 8. And you would keep going, maybe looking over here, the values. We could narrow down. Let's say you bought your home for 380, so that's your price range. You don't want to go any less than 380. You can come over here and see what's selling for that. And you're left with the same 8. Zillow's just going to leave it up there at 375, assuming that you would consider that as well. And then you would go through these. So you can see right off the bat, these are the 8 homes you have in a small enough area. You're familiar with these areas. This is the same neighborhood. Now you're looking at the homes here and looking at style. So at 375, you have a style like this. 443 with an extra building. You're looking for something that looks like yours. Some of this is just land, or they're not even showing the home, but you can see how it would go. Okay, I have a similar style home to this. Take a look, and now you're comparing apples to apples on some regard. At this point, if you know you have the same amount of bedrooms, same amount of bathrooms, you can start looking at square foot. Now, Zillow is going to give you an estimate. Without getting into a long-winded spiel about it, just know that they have their intentions as well, and that we've seen on our end where homes change value according to what they're listed at. So it could be the homes is listed at 400, appraising on Zillow, agent listed at 415. The next day it comes back that they did a new appraisal and it's at 416. It's all driven to push you through their funnel as well, and it's understandable, but just keep that in mind. You want to do your own homework. Now you can see you're limited a little bit, not only on date range, but just the overall breadth of the search. From maybe your home has hardwood floors and you want to find others, you may or may not be able to do that on here. So my recommendation is, yes, use Zillow as a way to get an idea for your home, and stay away from some of these pitfalls, as in assuming square footage equals bedroom size, and you get an idea. But really get an agent that can get into the MLS and get it broke down a little bit further. They'll be able to get comps, more of them. There's also reports we have that we can send to you that we use as real estate agents. If you're interested in any of that, or are thinking about selling or buying a home, more than happy to hear from you. You can reach out. My information is in the comments section below. And thank you very much.